This white powder is MSG, also called monosodium glutamate. In the past years, it has been unfairly portrayed as a dangerous substance, but modern scientific research basically agrees that MSG is merely a harmless flavor enhancer that poses no bigger threat than other widely found flavor enhancers. For example, salt. While MSG is far from being healthy, it can be regarded as harmless for the whole population. MSG, or monosodium glutamate, is just the sodium salt of glutamic acid, a naturally found amino acid. In MSG, scientists link up a glutamic acid molecule with a sodium one. That forms monosodium glutamate. Salt is sodium chloride. Both are mostly used for their unique flavor-enhancing qualities in food.
I don't really know very much about MSG, but I think it stands for monosodium glutamate. And it's some kind of flavor enhancer that they add into foods like Chinese food. And the only reason why I know that is because they put it on the menu that it has MSG or it doesn't have MSG.
MSG, from what I know, is something that's unhealthy and to intensify the flavor of the food. Some sort of powder made from bonito or some chemical, maybe.
But in recent years, there has been a fear that MSG is particularly harmful, having awful side effects. What symptoms do people get when consuming MSG?
And people ingest foods with MSG, they say they have certain symptoms like they get really thirsty or they get headaches.
I think it makes you to have food coma, makes you feel thirsty.
I guess it can get you for a small set of people have an allergy to it. So they could get, I guess, stomach upset and rashes and things.
It gives me kind of a bloaty, yucky stomach feeling.
Is MSG natural in any way?
Well, it's man-made, so probably not.
Yes, because these are natural chemicals or natural ingredients.
I don't think it's natural.
But MSG is naturally found in tomatoes, cheese, and these common foods. Believe it or not, you can actually buy MSG at many stores. It is marketed under the brand Accent. Do you think MSG is good or bad?
From what I've heard from other people, they always say it's bad.
It's neutral. It's not good or bad.
MSG is bad.
Although certainly MSG is no health food, the FDA and the scientific consensus considers MSG as safe. Furthermore, in this study, researchers concluded that a small portion of the population does experience symptoms from MSG. But even that experiment had people eating 3 grams or more of MSG without other food.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's probably not what you're eating.
MSG has been around for most of the industrial food era, but where exactly did it start? MSG was discovered by the Japanese scientist Kikuna Ikeda when he was researching what gave seaweed broths their taste. He discovered MSG, which enhanced the flavor umami, which is the flavor of savory. MSG has since become ubiquitous in Asian cooking, hence its nickname China salt. The widespread belief that MSG is harmful started when a doctor by the name of Robert Homan Kwok wrote a letter to the New England Journal of Medicine, a very prestigious medical journal, claiming that he experienced symptoms after going to a Chinese restaurant. Mr. Kwok speculated that perhaps his symptoms were caused by the MSG. Mr. Kwok later admitted that he was a young orthopedic surgeon by the name of Howard Steele, who had written the letter as a part of a bet with a friend. His friend bet $10 that young orthopedic surgeons like Steele were too stupid to get published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Then, Mr. Steele wrote this fake letter to the journal under the name Homan Kwok, which was written intentionally to sound like human crock. He admits the letter was a joke, but people had already started believing that MSG was a monster. So, the irrational fear over MSG is scientifically proven false. MSG is not healthy, nor is it very harmful.